Good day, my entrepreneurial posse. Mark, I want to thank you for taking the time to reach out and for sharing your story. Mark asks, how do I grow an office and get a team producing? Mark, you have experience, and he says, unfortunately, he feels like he's hit a wall recently. Mark, having experienced success in door-to-door, the stuff I share with you, it'll likely just be a refresher. I obviously can't cover all the components in a 6-minute video, but I'll likely trigger some thought and you'll be reminded of the simple basic things you should be doing, because it's easy to forget about the simple things. When we have setbacks, we immediately think that we have to come up with this master plan, and we tend to get a bit overwhelmed. And the reality is, if you just get back to the basics, you'll have success. We're super excited about owners like Mark who take the time to learn from us, learn from experience. Based on what you're telling me, you're a seasoned door-to-door professional who wants to take his business to the next level. Having success in door-to-door is a massive step in the right direction. Figuring that out is probably the hardest part. Growing your business in sales obviously requires that you have good salespeople, but however, the more critical component is to grow a business, how well do you work with others and how well do you duplicate yourself? I say all that to simply say you're asking the right questions, and I hope I can help trigger some thought. Now, to grow an office, you need to be looking, obviously, to duplicate yourself. You do this by hiring every day, every week, every month. In other words, you should always be hiring 52 weeks a year. There's an outline to the hiring process that dealer support can provide you, but I'm going to try to share some principles that may not be spelled out. First and foremost, you must have hiring ads out every week. I said 52 weeks a year, right? It's important to be testing different ads with different ask for names and phone numbers. There are plenty of web-based services such as call caps that you can use to track the performance of your different hiring ads. The key is to learn what works and what posting schedule works best. The what and when. Using a unique phone number does a few things for you. It gives you lots of data that you can use to make better decisions. For example, call caps type service, you will get an email every time someone calls that number. Now that's important because you don't know who your next superstar is going to be. You miss a call, you could be missing your next top performer, your next office manager. You just never know. This service also records the call, so it's going to give you the ability to make sure the person in your office, anybody else who's answering the phone, is doing it correctly. Having the correct ad and a unique number is important, but the person answering the phone, if they don't understand they can make or break that opportunity in a split second, then you're going to be wasting your money. Dealer support team can provide examples of different scripts, but the way the script is read is more critical than what is said. You must be able to excite them about the opportunity without interviewing them over the phone. The applicant is certainly going to try to get as much information over the phone as possible, or as much as the person's willing to give. The employee who answers the phone must be polite, precise, and seem very busy. An example of how this would go: phone would ring, personnel, may I help you? The applicant's going to say, may I speak to Joe? That may be a name on the ad, or you may or may not have a Joe. It's just a way to track what ads are being called on. I'm calling about the ad you have hiring for customer service. Now, it doesn't have to be customer service. It can be many different job titles. You just need to experiment with which one works best. Great. You're looking for full-time employment, correct? Very assumptive. The applicant's going to say yes. Then they're going to say, what's the job? You're going to say, I'm being told they're hiring for many positions and I'm not sure what's the best fit for you. That's not my department. I'm here to get you scheduled for the next available interview. If you were selected for one of these positions that's available, how soon would you be able to start if it fit what you were looking for? There's no wrong answer to this question. The applicant's going to say as soon as possible, or 2 weeks, or 1 month. The answer is not important right now. It just plants a seed that you're looking to fill a slot ASAP. They're going to say, you're going to say, great, we have an appointment open for today at 12:30. You might even give them a 1:15 option. Give them 2 options. I'm assuming you can make one of those work. They're going to say, yeah, I could be there at 1:15, but I have some more questions about the job. Now, if that question comes up, you need to say, I'm not sure what positions are still available. I'm not informed about the details of the job. They will address all your questions during the interview process. Saying they will let them know that it's not you that has the answers. If the applicant keeps pressing with questions, politely interrupt them and say, "Can you please hold? Our phone line is ringing off the hook. We have lots of meetings scheduled for today." Put them on hold for about, 15-30 seconds. Come back on the line. Say, "Sir, ma'am, does the 1:15 appointment work for you?" If the applicant says yes, you just say, "Great. Do you have a pen and paper handy? Here is our address. Please do us a favor and make sure you're here a few minutes early to fill out the necessary paperwork, and be sure to write down our address. If for some reason you can't make it, or you have to reschedule, please let us know ASAP. These interview slots are being filled up quickly. We don't want to waste a slot if we can avoid it." Critical to do that. The overall objective is to make sure they are getting the caller interested without giving away too much information. You won't have a ton of success if you're letting them know over the phone that it's all door-to-door and straight commission. They keep asking questions, you want to say part of the interview process starts now. We're testing your listening skills. You must be vague if you want to fill the room. Some of the most successful sales reps I've had over the years told me that if they knew it was door to door, they never would have come back or even come in for the interview. When you are vague, you're not lying, you're vague. You're protecting them from themselves. Our instinct is to avoid any situation that we're unfamiliar with or doesn't have certainty and guarantee. It's very normal. You need to massage the process and protect them from themselves. You have to combine these steps with a well-organized training that includes both classroom and field training. Your office must have structure, and that applicant must feel they are in a safe place and the company has their best interest at heart. Applicants can read through the BS, so make sure your trainer is trained correctly. Get with the dealer support team and they can share some resources, and make sure you're running sales meetings every single day. It's critical that they have structure. There's other dealers out there that can show you how to do this, and once you learn the process, it's important that you do it 52 weeks a year. Never ever stop recruiting. Mark, thanks again for asking the question. I hope you find this information helpful. And if anybody hasn't told you guys today that they love you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about that. Stay positive, and I'll see you at the top.